Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome to
Thank you.
something that is making me face my fears and get out of my comfort zone, because I can demonstrate a lot of different things having been in education, but doing skincare is completely different for me. So all I'm going to show you is what I am doing right now, and some little tips that might help you as you go forward. So I'm taking off my glasses because I'm going to start with the Redefine product. Can you see these in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm starting with the Redefine. This is the daily cleansing mask, and this is what I started with originally. I'm going to move from that into the other regimen, which is the reverse, because that's what Joe and I are using right now. But I'm going to use the Redefine because it's the mask and it's the most common product. The others will be the same regimen, just they'll have blue instead of yellow. Okay, so they're the Redefine. But I still use this, and I actually am splitting it between. I'm using this in the morning, and then I'm using the other one, the other reverse cleanser, in the evening. And it's got a really nice lemon scent, and it's got a little bit of the what do you call that? Like an abrasive, like
an exfoliant.
Yeah, exfoliant. So anyway, that's what I'm using at night, but I'm going to use this one so I can go through what I do in the mornings.
Okay.
And you do this with dry skin, and I probably will not go all the way down my neck. I have to really make sure that I don't sizzle my computer by dripping water on it, because it's sitting here by the sink.
That would not be good.
All right. So I'm going to put this on my face, and then like I got a little much. I really don't need that much, but if you go down and you're doing like your chest area, because I usually do in the mornings, and so here's the deal: you have to put this on and do it. You don't really want to rub it in; you just want to spread it out, and then let it stay on. It's supposed to stay on for 2 minutes.
And that's the cleanser, Kim, that you start with?
Yes, this is the Redefine daily cleansing mask, and there is actually a different. You can get the one that is not the mask. This is, they call it like the clay mask.
Okay.
And you can get it. You kind of choose that when you order the regimens, which of the two you prefer. But honestly, this is the one that was recommended to me, and I've actually been using this on and off for several years, because my sister was so good at. She just kept giving me products. It took her 8 years, but she's got me on board now.
Now, will that remove makeup though? If you
yeah, I mean, literally, this is what this is all you need to do. I mean, they do have makeup remover. You know, you can use a makeup remover, and I know they have it, but I don't.
Okay.
Okay, so normally what I do is during this time in the morning is I have my electric toothbrush over here. So I on a 2-minute thing. So I usually put this on, do my 2 minutes, and then rinse it off. So while I'm doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about the hair care, which honestly, if I had to pick one thing, I would pick the hair care, because it changed everything. First of all, I'm washing my hair about half as often. I was washing it 4 to 5 times a week. So pretty much if I had to go out, I washed it.
Yeah,
but if I was going to work at home, I could let it go a day, but it would be just flat and feel, because my hair's so straight.
So is mine, yeah.
I now use this 2 to 3 days a week. And I won't, like on the third, if I'm home 3 days in a row, I'll wait. But if I'm not, I'll do it again. But what's really cool, I'm using the Volume Plus because my hair is so straight and flat.
Mine is too. Yeah.
And one pump of this is probably about somewhere between a fourth and a third of the amount of shampoo I typically would use on my hair. So that's one of the things. I mean, you can look at the pricing of it and go, I'm not paying that. And that's what I felt like. I literally am using probably less than a teaspoon of shampoo. And then, so I put that on and rinse it out. And then they have the conditioner, which I use, and it's about the same thing. One pump is about a fourth of probably what I typically use for conditioner. I do have soft water. Well, we have very hard water, but we have a water softener. So that, you know, sometimes you can use a little bit less, but I'm still using way less than just a regular Walmart product.
Right.
So I'll use those, but the thing that is the key to the regimen, if you're going to go with the whole regimen, is this it's called the densifying system, and this is for your scalp. It's about scalp care, and you just spray it like this little thing, and you spray it in and kind of rub it into your scalp, and leave it on for just a bit, and then dry your hair as usual. And you can actually use this with dry hair too, so you can use it in between, and that's what gives the body. So, and honestly, I did some pictures online of day number 3 after the first time I use that, and it literally looks like the days that I used to have just dried my hair. Okay. And then they have another product that's coming in their birthday kit. It's they're giving 3 products 30% off, and one of them is their brand new dry shampoo, and along with that they have the I gotta make sure I give you the right ideas, their lash boost. Okay, and I just started that today, so I have no idea how that's going to be. Okay. And I do use this multifunction eye cream every day. I am trying to get rid of what was done to me when I had the all the iron issues. My eyes got these dark circles and other issues. So those 3 products are in that, and you also get samples of one of the ones I think I told you about was their body replenish cream. And you get samples of their active hydration serum, which is supposed to really help with the wrinkles and things. Okay. And one of my other very favorite products called the Radiant Defense, which I have done away with. Don't use makeup at all. I mean, if I'm going out and want to put eyeshadow or lipstick on, but I don't put anything else on every morning except that. And it really just smooths everything out. So I kind of got rid of everything else. So it's probably been 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is make sure my computer keyboard is covered so I don't fry my computer. And then I just rinse it gently off. Now I use a washcloth, but some people would just like splash. I'm not going to splash tonight. I don't want to do that.
Especially with a computer.
Yes. Well, that's the whole reason why I'm not going to do my computer for any splash. That would just be very dangerous. Okay, so I'm getting my water warm. All right. And then I'm just going to gently, oh, I got it on my shirt. I'm just going to gently get it off, and I'll probably have to whip it again. I'm used to really soaking the washcloth, but I'm just scared I'll just. All right. All right, a little bit more. I can do the other things, because this is the one thing that's time consuming if you do the 2 minutes, but if you're doing something else while I'm one to do multitasking. So if I'm not,
aren't we all
brushing my teeth at that moment, I'll do something else while I wait for the 2 minutes. But typically that's it's perfect timing, because this timer on my toothbrush is exactly 2 minutes. All right. So I should have said, if you had a sample, you could have brought it and we could have done it together.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
I wish I had thought about that. But okay, so this is step 1. Now the next thing that you do is you put the toner on, and it's important that your skin is dry. So I just take a towel, and I think I still have a little on me. And just pat it dry, make sure that it's dry. And we go from there to the toner, and the redefined toner would look similar, but it would have the blue and have redefined on it. And with this, I use a little gauze, which you can get them. I'm sure you can get them cheaper from somewhere else, but I just use the Rodan ones because they came with my packet to start with, but you can't get those. And actually, because I'm frugal, I cut mine in half because I see no sense in that. Plus, my husband is using it too. And it helps you not to use too much of the toner, because you really don't need a lot. And then when you close it, you just make sure it's closed. It's got a little thing that kind of clips, and so you'll hear it do a little to make sure it's closed, because you don't want it to dry up, because it's kind of that kind of base that's going to dry up really quick. So you want to just get everywhere. And I know you're supposed to go up. I'm not great about that, but that's to firm your skin. And it also gets any residual makeup off that may have been left over. Although, if you're doing it in the morning, obviously you've taken it off the night before, but I'm doing it at night. So I've had makeup on all day, but not really. I've only had Radiant Defense on all day, which basically has the sunscreen in it. And it's like your lotion, except it's got color. So they've got like 10 colors and you can match it. So you don't need foundation, but that's the only thing I use. I don't use a powder, foundation, or anything else anymore. And I love it. And I was doing that actually even before I started doing this with them, because I was like, this is great stuff. Okay. So now that's on. And then the next thing is, this is where I use the eye cream, which you were saying there's another eye cream that is specifically, or a serum, which is specifically for the dark spots. And I don't have any of that right now. I'm ordering it and it just hasn't come. Because this is a basic one and I still use it and it has helped. It is lighter, but they aren't going away completely. So I'm hopeful. This is more for the wrinkles.
Yes.
And stuff. So I do use that.
Okay.
It came with my kit. I'm not sure I would continue using it. I'm using it to see what it'll do because it's new for me. And I don't know if I need it or if that's the right product. I want to try the other one. So I put that on. And then this is the one that is really good for the wrinkles and lines. And this is their Total RF serum. And they have a different kind of serum that's called the Active Hydration Serum. So that's it. You want to find the one that is specific to what you want to use it for.
Okay.
So I'm using this one. It comes with this case, and then you can just buy the refills for it if you end up. And again, this is an extra part that I'm doing right now, just to try it. So you don't use a whole lot, but it's just a layer that you're going to use before you put on the step 3 of your. Because you really have the 3 basic steps, and this is an extra, which is really supposed to be good to get rid of. I want to see what it's going to do with the lines here and around my mouth.
That's what I need. And Kim, it's the same morning and night, right? What change?
It's the same morning and night. The only difference is at night, there is a night. The step 3 is it's an evening cream, where the day one is more of a lotion type that has the sunscreen in it.
Okay.
So this also, well, this doesn't, but the Radiant Defense has sunscreen in it as well. So I put that on, and then I do the other. This is the AM one, and it says AM on it. So here's the joke: Leanne got this cream for Sam. Because there's this dark spot remover and he has a place that he needed to get rid of, but she showed him this and she told him, you have to do it just like they say. So you have to get up at 3 a.m. and I set the clock for you. So it's a good joke to play on your spouse. So this is the PM one, and it says 3 because it means the number 3. It's 1, 2, and 3. You do the cleanser, the toner, and the lotion. But the 3 p.m. one is the one at night, which normally I would do, but I'm not, because I want to show you the other. I want to show you the Radiant Defense and what it does, because it's really cool. So so you're gonna put your regular lotion on. The other, that serum is an extra if you choose that. And you don't have to use everything. Like my sister, when I started, I was like, I can't get all this stuff. She said, just start with the cleanser. Just start with using the Redefine cleanser and go from there and see what you want to do with it. Okay. So, but this is just this is what you put on every day. It's just kind of like you would do your oil of Olay or whatever you're using. That's got the sunscreen, and I'm using the reverse, which is supposed to help. I got this one first because I still had some of the Redefine, and I wanted Joe to try it because he's the one who needs the reverse for some of the skin issues he's having. So he's been really diligent. He's using it at least once a day. and I'm proud of him. We're going to do men need skincare too. One of these days, I'm going to do something. I thought maybe we should do a costume, what do you call it? A masquerade party, and they can do their avatars and put different names on them. Nobody has to know who they are. So I don't know. But that's kind of, I've been throwing that idea around. Okay. So I have all of this stuff on now and I'm done. This would be normally I am done for the night, but now, and because it's morning, I mean, it's not morning, but if you're using it in the morning. So now I'm going to use the Radiant Defense, which is my color, which I got golden. And there is a brush, and the brush is really cool because it does totally make it spread out like evenly. So you don't end up having the lines and stuff around your face. If you're not paying attention, you can do that. So what I do with it now, I didn't use the brush for a long time. My sister's like, you ought to try the brush because I've had it. I don't even know when I've had it. Never used it before. So you just put a little on the tip of the brush.
So it starts out white. It doesn't even start out as the color?
No, it does start out color. It is just color. It is just like a foundation. It has, I don't know if it tells you, it's got SPF 30 sunscreen on it. And then you can get a sample that lets you try the different, you pick out the best color for you. Okay. So this is how I do it, and I'm not going to put much up there. And I go down here too, and then I just do this. I have never used brushes on my skin like this, and so this has been a new experience. I am so not a makeup person. Like I have always just stick my foundation and blush on, and that's about all I ever put on, except if it's like a wedding or something I'm going to. It's just not, I don't like to spend a lot of time. So even this has stretched me a bit, but now I'm loving how my skin feels.
Yeah. It looks like it has nice coverage.
It does. And you have to work with it a little bit with the brush until you can get it smoothed out. But that's just to get it all the way around the edges. And then I'll usually just take my fingers and kind of go right on the edge of my face just in case I don't see something, because I'm getting old and my eyes are not as clear, so I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, so the only issue that I still have a lot of issue with is this under my eyes thing. And I mean, unfortunately, I wear glasses, so you can't see it too much. But I will usually take a little tiny bit of this after I'm done, and I will just take it and kind of dab it under my eyes like you would do a concealer. And it's not perfect, but it can really kind of help hide under here. And it at least lightens it up. So I'll kind of rub it a little bit like that, and then I'll just use this again. And it helps. So now you have seen what I do. Now, when I can look like I'm 25, then I'll be really happy.
Me too.
But I'm telling you, the shampoo thing, I'll tell you why I got really on board with it. I walked out of the room. Joe had no idea I had used it. And I walked out of the room and went in the living room. He goes, "Whoa, your hair looks awesome. What did you do?" Like, yes.
That's the selling point right there.
That's the selling point.
That looks good.
Okay, so that's my skincare thing, and I would probably just make sure that, like, I still have something mask here, but oh well, we won't worry too much about that. So that's what I have, and I'm glad to answer any questions to the best of my ability. I'm still learning.